Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me with another episode of Real Life Solutions with Uncle T. I'd like to thank my subscribers and all my new subscribers. I really appreciate all of you guys' help. Thank you for sharing my videos and liking my videos and passing those videos along. I hope that I could continue giving you more content and things that you like to hear. I really appreciate that. And we're going to get on with our next topic for tonight. This is going to be a good one. Why do we accept so much foolishness? Why do we accept so much foolishness in our lives? So we could get so far ahead if we did not accept so much foolishness that people bring to our lives. A lot of times, I kind of pondered as to what things that we kind of allow. Sometimes we allow foolishness because we're just ignorant to a lot of things. Sometimes we allow foolishness because we have low self-esteem or we are naive. Sometimes we allow things because people are family members, and because they're family, we kind of tolerate them. We tolerate employees, we tolerate employers, managers, supervisors because we need a paycheck. We have bills to pay, and so we kind of, tolerate people even though we don't want to be there, but we put up with it until something else better comes along. We have also sometimes we accept things because we want to be cool, we want to fit in, and we accept so much foolishness. But I wanted to talk to you tonight. I wanted you to just listen to what I had to say tonight and see if any of these is maybe a reason that you're accepting so much foolishness right now that you have been thinking about, and you're like, I'm really getting tired of putting up with this. And I want you to just ponder as to some of the things I talk about. The first thing I wanted to talk about was accepting foolishness. The first topic is dishonesty. We need to understand that, trust is the cornerstone of every relationship. And without it, we know that trust can't be built. And without trust, it's destined to fail. It's not about the lie itself, but a lot of times it's about the level of respect that dishonesty brings. It's about the lack of respect, disregard for another person's feelings, and the trust that we have, put into people, and yet they still be dishonest. Someone who has the excuse, I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm sorry for cheating on you. I'm sorry for stealing, or I'm sorry for just anything. And it's over and over and over again, these monstrosities of dishonesty. In my opinion, you don't have to accept that foolishness. What I tell you what you need to do, you need to evaluate the situation, cut that zero, and tell him to kick rocks. Number two is lack of respect. We accept so much foolishness. For me, lack of respect that's a non-negotiable. It's the foundation upon which we love, we trust, we build connections. Respect is not how someone treats you in front of other people, but how they treat you when nobody's watching or behind closed doors. It's the little things like listening to you when you speak, honoring your opinions, acknowledging your feelings. These are all about having respect. But when someone gives you lack of respect, some things, lack of respect, like I said before, that's non-negotiable. You're going to have to respect me, whether we're at work, in a relationship, or any type of relationship. Respect has to be earned. Number three, just like in any relationship, do not allow anybody to emotionally manipulate you. Emotional manipulation, that's just a form of abuse. I don't know what else to tell you. It's very subtle. A lot of people don't realize when they're being manipulated. You don't really realize it until you're the victim of it. Your partner uses your emotions against you to control you. It comes in the form of guilt tripping. They gaslight you, and they constantly play the victim after they do all this. Recognize the signs of emotional manipulation and put a stop with it, because you don't have to put up with that foolishness. Number 4, You don't have to put up with that foolishness. And the next topic is neglecting personal growth. I'm not going to waste my time being with someone who is not going anywhere. If you're not going anywhere, we don't have too much to talk about. The most rewarding relationships are those where both partners grow and dwell in as a couple. You not only grow as an individual, but you grow as a couple. It's about challenging each other, not disrespectful, because a lot of times that word challenge means disrespect to a lot of people, that I'm going to provoke you and I'm going to disrespect you. No, I'm not going to challenge you in a disrespectful way. But what I'm saying is that we challenge one another, we talk to one another, and iron sharpens iron, and we grow together, supporting each other's dreams and evolving together. If you're with someone who is complacent, they're not trying to do anything with their life, it's time for them to kick rocks. It's time out to accept all this foolishness. Number 5, why do we accept so much foolishness? Hey, physical or emotional abuse. Why do we accept it? Why do we accept physical or emotional abuse? Any abuse is unacceptable. I don't care what it is, where it comes from. Any abuse is unacceptable. No amount of love, no amount of commitment or time invested in a relationship can justify someone abusing you. It should never be tolerated. Emotional torment, the constant put downs, the belittling, isolating you from friends and family, controlling your behavior, gaslighting you, trying to do everything to manipulate you. And I just want you to know that there's a difference between belittling, because sometimes people can mistake constructive criticism as belittling. But we're not talking about constructive criticism. We're talking about belittling you. Always putting you down, always talking trash about you, always making you feel like you're nothing. That's what we're talking about here. But it's time out for that foolishness. It's time out for physical or emotional abuse. Number 6, lack of communication. We know that communication is the glue that holds a relationship together, and without it, things can go sideways real quick for you. Lack of communication can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, create barriers, and it creates distance between relationships and between people. We need to be able to communicate in a respectful manner. You should be able to express yourself and find resolution to common ground. Everybody should be able to do that. Lack of communication, without it, you're lost or you're doomed to fail. So we're not going to put up with that foolishness either. So we need to communicate. And if someone does not want to communicate, I'm not sure if it's even waste your time having a relationship with them. Number 7, losing yourself. A lot of times in relationships, we lose ourselves. And what do you mean by that, Uncle T? Well, losing yourself. When you fall in love with somebody, it's easy to become so wrapped up into your partner that we start to lose sight of ourselves. We compromise our values. We neglect our passions and slowly start to lose our identity. When me and my wife started dating before we got married, I was the type of guy who always went to the gym 5 days a week. She knew exactly what days I go to the gym. She knew what days I worked out, how long I worked out. She never came between me and that and going to the gym. She just respected that. She respected that that's something that I love to do. I love taking care of myself, and I love self-care. So she never tried to come between our relationship with that. So that's what I'm talking about, losing yourself. Whenever you get in a relationship with somebody, don't lose yourself. If you used to go to the gym, continue going to the gym. If you was the type of person that had meditation time, you had time out, you read books, you went for walks at the park. If that was your time to relieve stress, then that's your time. So whenever you have a relationship, don't lose yourself and start giving up things that made you happy in the very beginning. And just like always, I hope there was something that was said that would encourage you, something that gave you some insight as to not spending so much time putting up with so much foolishness in your lives. And if you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe, give me some likes, share this video with other people. I would like to get, my videos out to everybody out there that, maybe dealing with a lot of foolishness and maybe dealing with a lot of things in their lives. I'd appreciate you guys. I love you with the love of the Lord. You guys take care. Until next time, y'all be safe.